my name is Rebecca. Today we're going to be doing a Pilates class for 45 minutes. For class today, you'll just need a set of light dumbbells, preferably 1 to 4 pound weights. You're always more than welcome to use no weights, no equipment. We're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to start off with the warm-up. And then we're going to transition right into an arm portion for class. Then we're going to go right into our legs and glutes. And we're going to finish strong with a core portion and end it with a cool down. We're going to go ahead and get started, meeting me down in a child's pose, lying on your mat. Taking this time to really just wind down, focus on your breath, and connect to yourself. Taking this time to just really focus on getting centered on your mat and just allowing yourself to take big, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhaling, expanding those lungs with oxygen, and exhaling it all the way out. Taking this time to really just focus on centering yourself, focusing on you, remembering this is your workout, this is your class, this is your time to connect to yourself. Taking big inhale and exhales and focusing on that Pilates breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to send those hips forward into that tabletop position. Your wrists should be stacked underneath of your shoulders. Your knees should be just stacked directly underneath of those hips. And going ahead and dropping that belly button down, looking up to the sky, and exhaling it all the way out, tucking that belly button, your gaze tucked down to your knees. And taking these at your own pace, really trying to stretch out our back and our core. From sitting down all day in class, we really want to just get that back all stretched out. Rounding those shoulders.
This is Romina at Max 35 speed doing a radio check. Can the Group X manager in the building hear me?
And on your next inhale, we're going to come back to a neutral spine here, flat standard back. We're going to tuck those toes, curl them on our mat, bringing our palms an inch or two ahead of us, and sending those hips backwards into downward facing dog. Pedaling out our legs here. Still working on our breath, focusing on us, remembering why we came to class today, why we pressed that play button, and why we showed up. Pedaling out here, getting those hamstrings all loosened up. And on your next inhale, go ahead and drop down to those knees if you have to. And we're gonna go right into planks in a downward dog. So going into a plank, standard straight flat back, coming back into downward dog, and coming back into that plank. Always option to drop down to your knees here. We're getting our core all warmed up and engaged, elevating that heart rate. Taking these at your own pace, really just trying to engage our arm muscles here, our core, warming everything up, getting all ready for class today. And coming back down to that tabletop position, we're gonna go right into some bird dog extensions. So extending that left arm out and extending that right leg. And on that inhale, go ahead and contract, bringing that knee to elbow and exhaling it all the way out, following your gaze with your fingertips. Contracting while you're coming in. and exhaling it all the way out. Taking these at your own pace. On your next inhale, go ahead and meet me back down on your mat. And your hands just be stacked right underneath those shoulders in that tabletop position. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So extending that right arm out, extending that left leg, and contracting knee to elbow. Exhaling it all the way out. Taking these at your own pace, really just trying to engage everything, get everything all warmed up for class today. Take one more of these and meeting me back down on your mat here. We're gonna go ahead and go take it right back into child's pose, stretching it out one last time, lengthening those arms out, inching them forward, stretching everything out. And we're gonna go ahead and send those hips forward. We're gonna go ahead now and get started right into our arm portion for class today. So if you have to take any water breaks, feel free to do so. There's no scheduled water breaks just because it is a 45-minute class, but you're more than welcome to take those water breaks if you need to. So we're gonna go ahead and get started right into our arm portion for class today. So what this looks like, we're gonna use dumbbells. Feel free to always drop your weights. You don't have to use them. We're gonna go right into bicep curls. So bringing those weights up, bringing your arms up and bringing them back down nice and slow. We're gonna pulse it out and we're gonna hold it. So we're gonna be here for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna pulse and we're gonna hold and we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna watch my change into the next portion or the next exercise. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So standing up, straight chest lifted. Your leg should be right underneath of you. You should be at hip width apart. Not locking those knees. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna get started with those dumbbell bicep curls. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Bringing those weights nice and control. Bringing them up and slowly bringing them back down. You should have a nice easy grip on your weights if you do have them. Keeping that chest lifted, keeping your feet shoulder width apart. Not locking those elbows, not locking those knees. I'm sure you're looking awesome at home right now. Remember, we're breathing through it. Nice and engaged here with that core. Keeping our body as still as we can, really trying to work and engage those biceps. You guys are looking awesome, I'm sure. Doing something for yourself. We're gonna go ahead and pulse in 3, 2, 1. Pulsing it out right here. We're pulsing, we're gonna hold it. Getting ready to hold. We're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. Holding those weights up. We're gonna keep our chest lifted. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Following my change, we're gonna go right into serve the platter. So bringing your arms nice and out and scraping them back inwards, scraping that rib cage. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Bringing those arms out, keeping that chest lifted. You guys probably are looking awesome right now. I guarantee you are. Just keep it going. We're here, we're almost there. Remember, we're gonna pulse it. Keeping those arms out parallel to the ground, chest lifted. Make sure you're breathing in and out. You guys are looking great. Keep it up, keep it up. We're getting ready to pulse it out in 10 seconds. Keeping that chest lifted, we're gonna pulse in 3, 2, 1. Keeping those weights up. If you have to drop them at any time, feel free to do so. You guys, you got this. We're gonna hold it in 3, 2, 1. Keeping those weights up, trying to stay strong here. You guys, we got this, woohoo! We're here for 3, 2, 1. If you have to drop those weights and shake your arms out, feel free. We're gonna go right into high bicep alternating curls. So what this looks like is we're gonna keep those weights up, we're gonna alternate. You have the option to just roll them back in and come back out. You can always drop your weights. I'm gonna go ahead and drop mine. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Alternating them out here. You have the option to keep them at the same pace. Keeping those elbows high and lifted, chest lifted. We're not locking those knees. We don't want to pass out. You guys, remember why you came to class today. Push through it. You got this. Following your breath. Exhaling it out and inhaling it. We're getting ready to pulse in. 3, 2, 1. Keeping those arms nice and high, chest lifted. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Keeping those arms up in that static hold. You guys, we got this. Keeping those arms up for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and shake it out if you need to. We're gonna go right into our tricep extension. So if you wanna use your weights, feel free to do so. We're gonna bring these weights back. We're gonna extend them all the way up, squeezing that tricep and coming back up. We're gonna be here for 30 seconds. We're gonna pulse and hold. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Bringing those weights above your head, slowly bringing them back down. Remembering that you can move around if you want to dance while doing this. It's okay. You guys, we got this. Push through it. We're almost there. We're almost done with arms today. Remember to keep that chest nice and lifted. We're not slouching. We're keeping those arms nice and controlled, bending them at that 45-degree angle, breathing through it, pushing through it, because we got this. You guys, we're here. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna pulse it out right here. It's nice, slow and control, little movement here. We're pulsing and we're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. Holding it right here, keeping those weights right beside your head, bending those arms at that 90-degree angle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Go ahead and shake it out here. We're gonna go ahead and to our last arm for the day. So we're gonna go ahead and zip that jacket up. It's getting cold out, so we need to zip it up and bring those weights nice and slowly back down. Feel free to drop them at any time. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Bringing those weights up and bringing them nicely back down. Nice, slow and control here. We're here for 30 seconds. We're gonna pulse and we're gonna hold it, and then we're gonna go right into our leg portion of our class today. You guys are looking great. I'm sure you're doing amazing. Keep it up. Keep up the hard work. We're halfway there. We're getting ready to pulse it. And 3, 2, 1. Pulsing it right here, keeping that chest nice and lifted. You guys are looking awesome. We're gonna hold it. And 3, 2, 1. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You guys are awesome. Keep it up, keep it up. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop your weights. Meet me down on your mat. We're gonna go right into our leg portion for class today. So go ahead and meet me down on your mat. We're gonna go right into that tabletop position, meeting me on this position right here. We're gonna extend. So remember, you wanna keep your wrist right underneath of your elbows, right underneath of your shoulders. I can't talk today. And you wanna keep your knees right underneath of your hips in that tabletop position. So we're gonna go into rainbows or mountains, whatever you like to call them. I prefer rainbows. So extending that right or left leg, whichever you choose to start with, extending that leg outwards. I'm choosing my right leg. We're going to bring that leg across your body. We can watch, follow with your gaze here, with your toes, and bringing it around, drawing those rainbows. And we're gonna pulse and we're gonna hold. We're gonna go ahead and get started, and then we're gonna transition right into our next part on the same leg. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. So bringing that leg all the way up, squeezing that glute, pinching that glute at the top, and bringing it back down, drawing those rainbows. You guys, remember to stay squared off on your mat here. You want to remember to be balanced and nice and control, engaging that core, keeping your arms nice and supported for your upper body. Remember to breathe through this. You guys, we're gonna pulse at the top in 3, 2, 1, pulsing at the top. Breathing through this. Getting ready to hold that static hold in 3, 2, 1, holding it up there. You got this. We're holding it for 3, 2, 1. Bringing that leg back down to your mat. Now you have the option here to use your weight, tucking it behind that leg. You don't have to use it at all, but we're gonna go right into fire hydrants. So you're gonna, I'm sorry, we're gonna go right into donkey kicks. So you're gonna bring that leg back, flexing that foot, and slowly bringing it back down. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. So flexing that foot, nice, slow and control, coming back down to the mat. You've got this, squeezing the glute at the top, feeling the tension build up in your legs here and your glutes. We're almost there, pushing through this, breathing through this. In and exhales, nice big breaths. Staying squared off on your mat here. We got this, we got this. We're gonna pulse at the top. In 3, 2, 1, pulsing at the top. We got this. We're pulsing and we're gonna hold it in 3, 2, 1, holding that leg up, keeping it nice, squeezing that glute for 3, 2, 1, coming back down to the mat, bringing that knee back in. You have the option to keep your weight on your leg. You can always take it off. We're gonna go right into fire hydrants. So you're going to keep yourself squared off on your mat here, and we're gonna extend that knee outwards, squeezing that glute at the top, and bringing that knee back down to your mat. We're gonna pulse and hold. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're here for 30 seconds. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, bringing that knee up, squeezing that glute, bringing it back down. You guys probably are feeling this by now in that leg and the opposite leg too. It's okay. If you feel any discomfort, feel free to just stop and then chime back in. There's a big difference between discomfort and just feeling the tension. Sometimes, everybody has and feels things differently. So just try to listen to your body. You guys, we're getting ready to pulse it at the top. In 3, 2, 1, pulsing it right here. We got this. We're pulsing for 3, 2, 1, holding that leg up in that static hold, feeling that tension build up. We're here for 3, 2, 1, bringing that knee back down to your mat, nice and slow. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So feel free to extend that leg out, that opposite leg out, getting it back into that tabletop position, bringing the opposite leg out. We're gonna go right into those rainbows on the other side. So you're bringing that that leg all the way around your body, squeezing the glute at the top. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, bringing that leg out, fully extending it, squeezing at the top here. Remembering to support your body with your palms, trying to keep that chest lifted, trying to stay squared off on your mat. Remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You guys are looking awesome, getting ready to pulse it in 3, 2, 1, pulsing, 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 keeping that leg up, squeezing that glute. We're gonna hold it in 3, 2, 1, holding it up there, squeezing that glute. 4, 3, 2, 1, bringing that knee back down to your mat. Now you have the option here to use your dumbbell, tucking it behind that leg. We're gonna go right into our donkey kicks. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're here for 30 seconds. We're gonna pulse and we're gonna hold. Here we go. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Bringing that knee upwards, flexing that foot, squeezing that glute, coming back down. You guys, you're awesome. You're showing up for yourself. You should be proud of yourself. You're pushing through this workout. You are almost there. We're halfway through our leg portion for class today. We're gonna finish strong with our core, and we're gonna end it with a nice and relaxing cool down. Keep breathing through this. We're gonna get ready to pulse it in 3, 2, 1. Pulsing right here, lifting that knee up, squeezing that glute, flexing that foot. We're gonna hold it in 3, 2, 1. Holding it here. We're holding it, squeezing that glute. We're holding it for 3, 2, 1. Bringing that knee back down to your mat. We're gonna go right into those fire hydrants. So you have the option to keep your weight behind your leg here. You can always take it off. I'm gonna go ahead and take mine off. We're gonna be here for 30 seconds and we're gonna pulse and hold. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Bringing that knee outwards, squeezing that glute. Slowly bringing it back down to your mat. Breathing through this. Inhaling in and exhaling. Option to close your eyes here. You know, just get right with yourself. Remembering why you started your workout today. Pushing through this. You're strong, you're confident. You got this. We're getting ready to pulse it at the top. In 3, 2, 1. We're pulsing it. Little movements right here. We're pulsing. We got this. We're getting ready to hold that static hold in 3, 2, 1. Holding it up there, keeping that knee lifted. You guys, you've got this. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. Bringing that knee back onto your mat. Go ahead and relax back into that child's pose. We're gonna go ahead and send those knees down on your mat, send those hips back. Taking a deep breath here and coming back into that tabletop position. We're gonna stand it back up. We're gonna finish out our legs for today. So I invite you to stand it up. If you have to take a sip of water, feel free to do so. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna bring our weights. If you wanna use them, you don't have to. You can always drop them anytime, but we're gonna go right into a side shuffle. So going in to one side of your mat, and we're gonna squat it down, knees behind the toes, setting that weight in the back of your heels. We're gonna side shuffle it right here. And then we're gonna pulse it at the bottom, and we're gonna hold. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. I'm not gonna use my weights. I'm just gonna keep without weights. So keeping that chest lifted, moving side to side, really trying to keep your weight in the back of your heels, keeping that chest lifted. Remember, we don't wanna fall forwards. Remember, you wanna keep your knee behind your toes. Breathing through this, trying to get that heart rate elevated. We're at the peak of our exercise right now. We're really trying to work hard. We're trying to push ourselves. We're here, we're gonna pulse, getting back into that standard position. We're gonna pulse in 3, 2, 1. Bringing that chest up, keeping that weight in your heels. We're gonna hold it in 3, 2, 1. Sinking down to that squat. You got this. We're gonna hold it for 3, 2, 1. Coming back up, taking a big inhale and exhale. We're gonna go right into our curtsy lunges. So you have the option here to use weights. You don't have to use weights, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna curtsy lunge. So coming back, keeping that knee behind your toe, bringing the opposite knee back, and coming back up, squeezing those glutes at the top. We're gonna come back down and squeeze the glutes at the top. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna pulse and hold. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Bringing that knee back. Nice, and coming back up, squeezing those glutes, trying to touch that knee down to the floor if you can. You guys are looking awesome, I'm sure. Trying to remain balanced here, nice in control. Breathing through. This, you guys are awesome. Remember, if no one has told you today, I will be the first to tell you, you're awesome. You're strong, you've got this. Remember why you came to class today, why you showed up, why you pressed play. We got this. We're gonna get pulsing at the bottom in 3, 2, 1, pulsing it here. We're gonna hold it in 3, 2, 1, sinking lower, holding it, that static hold for 3, 2, 1, coming back up, shaking it out here. Woohoo! We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Feel free to use weights, you don't have to. So bringing that opposite leg behind your body. If you can, come down. We're gonna go touch the ground if you can. Squeezing the glutes at the top. We're gonna go ahead and get started here.
I can hear you.
In 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go right into that curtsy lunge. Bringing that leg behind our body, squeezing at the top. Into that curtsy lunge. Remember, keep that chest nice and lifted. Don't forget to smile. You got this. We're almost done with our legs for class today. You guys, we're gonna pulse at the bottom. In 3, 2, 1, we're pulsing. You got this. Remember to smile, remember to breathe. We're gonna hold it at the bottom in 3, 2, 1, hold it, stay still. You got this. Remember, keeping yourself balanced as still as possible. We're here for 3, 2, 1, coming back up, shaking out those legs. We're gonna go right into a squat. So this squat is gonna look like this. You're gonna go right into a squat, coming back up and doing a leg lift at the top. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So squat and leg lift. Squat, leg lift. Have the option to keep your weights. If you want to use them, you can always drop them. Remembering you're going on down into your squat. You want to go ahead, keeping those knees behind your toes, keeping that chest lifted, coming up, squeezing those glutes. If you don't squeeze them, no one else will. You guys, we got this. We're gonna squat it down in 3, 2, 1. Squatting down, coming up, and leg lift is optional. Or you can just squat it down and come back up. You have the options to use a weight. You can always leg lift at the side here. You guys, we got this. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And if you want a leg lift on the other side, we're gonna alternate in 3, 2, 1, switch legs. If you want a leg lift on the other side, if not, keep squatting. We're halfway there. Just smile. Exhaling it all out, squeezing at the top, sinking low into that squat. We're squatting and we're gonna pulse it in 3, 2, 1, pulsing at the bottom. Woo! We got this, this is it, guys. Relaxing those arms, squatting low, keeping those knees behind toes. We're holding it in 3, 2, 1, holding it, sinking low. We're sinking low for 3, 2, 1, coming back up, taking a big inhale, and exhaling all the way out. Now go ahead and meet me down on your mat. We're gonna finish strong with the last portion for class today, which is our core. So meeting me down on your mats. Go ahead and lay it down onto your mat, all the way backwards, laying down, catching your breath here. We're gonna go right into our scissor kick. So you have the option to take your hands and put them right underneath of your glutes, bringing one leg up off the mat and alternating your legs out here, keeping those legs straight. We're gonna be here for 45 seconds. You guys, we got this. We're gonna get started. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alternating those legs right here. Remember, if you ever feel your back coming up off the mat, just stop and then chime back in. You don't want to hurt yourself. Relaxing your head, breathing through these workouts, breathing through these reps. Trying to keep those toes nice and flexed, keeping that core engaged. We're halfway there. Remember to breathe and smile because you worked so hard. We're here for 10 more seconds. Try to get as many as you can in. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Bringing those feet back down to your mat. Bringing those ankles, extending them on the sides of your mat. We're gonna go right into pigeons. So we're gonna tap those ankles out for 45 seconds. You have the option to use a weight and keep your chest lifted. Well, actually, I lied. There's no weights. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Tapping those ankles. You guys got this. You worked so hard today. You showed up by pressing play. Now finishing out strong with our core portion for class today. We're halfway there. Keep it up. Breathing through this. Inhales and big exhales. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax back onto your mat. We're gonna go right into our roll-ups. You have the option to use a weight. You don't have to. Extending those legs all the way out. Bringing those arms behind your back and bringing that weight up to your chest. Rolling it up and touching at the top. Bringing down to your toes. And one vertebrae at a time, coming back down to the mat. We're gonna roll it up, touching at the top, and bringing it back down, one vertebrae at a time. We're here for 45 seconds. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Bringing that chest up, touching at the top, bringing it all the way to your toes, and coming back down. You guys, you've got this. Pushing through it. We're at the home stretch right now. We're almost done. You have the option to not use a weight. We're just gonna bring it all the way down, crunching it up, touching at the sky, touching those toes and coming back down. Woo, we're breathing through this. You got it. And we're here for 10 more seconds. Trying to get one more roll up in if possible. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring it back down to your mat. We're gonna go right into our Russian twist. So what this looks like is you can plant your hands on the side of your body. You're gonna go ahead and extend those legs up. We're gonna alternate out here. You have the option to tap it out here with your feet. You can always level up and use your weights, keeping your weight by your chest. We're gonna be here for 45 seconds. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Bringing those feet up off the mat if you can, and alternating, following your weight or your hands with your gaze. Nice, slow and control here. I'm gonna tap it out here. There's always the option. Just remembering to breathe through this workout. You've got this. We're halfway there, pushing through it, keeping that chest lifted, keeping a nice space between your chin and your chest, breathing in, out through your nose. Working on that Pilates breath, finishing out strong. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop that weight if you have it. We're gonna go right into our in and outs. So first option, or the first level, is you can extend those legs out and bring them back in. Extend them out, bring them back in. Second level, you can extend them out and extend them out even further, coming back down if you have to. Now, our third level, the challenging level, is to keep your legs up, bringing them outwards and sending them all the way out with that weight close to your chest. We're gonna be here for 45 seconds. You guys have all the options you can do. If you have to, just hold that weight just like this. Feel free. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. You guys got this. We're here for 45 seconds. Keeping that chest nice and lifted. Always option to come back down and in and out here. You can always keep that weight up and challenge yourself here. We're halfway through. Woo! You guys got this. Breathing through it. We're here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, nice work. We're gonna go right into the last part of our core for class today. So I invite you to roll it over onto your tabletop position. We're gonna go right into plank jacks. So what this looks like is we're gonna plank it out here and jack it out. You have the option to come down to your knees at any time and just hold here. If this is too much on your wrist, come down and just hold that plank. Now you have a challenge to stay in that push-up position and plank it out here. If you can't do all that and you're just not looking good for you, you can just touch it out just like this. We're gonna be here for 45 seconds. You guys, we got this. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. You can always tap it out here. Come down to those knees if you have to. Hold that plank. Or you have the option to challenge yourself into that jack. Keeping that spine nice and aligned here with your head and your neck. We got this, guys. We're halfway there. Pushing through. We are almost there. Keep it up. Breathing through this. In and out through your nose. Breathing in through your mouth. And exhaling it out through your mouth. We're halfway. Keep it up, feeling that burn in your core. We're here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back down to the mat in that tabletop position. We're gonna go right into our knees if you have to. We're gonna go up into that plank position. If this is too much strain on your wrist, you can always come into a fist here. And if you really wanna challenge yourself, come up to that push-up position and coming down to that plank position here. We're gonna do this for 45 seconds. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. If you have to be on your knees here, that's perfectly okay. Remember, too much strain on your wrist, you can come up into that fist position. You guys, you got this. Pushing through it, remembering why you press play today. If that's just to relax your mind, to get a good workout in, whatever it just may be. You got this. Pushing through it. You're halfway there. We're here for 10 more seconds. Trying to challenge yourself. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. We're gonna go ahead into our cool down. So feel free to meet me down in that child's pose. We're gonna go ahead and cool it all the way down. So sending those hips back in that child's pose, stretching those arms all the way out. Really bringing that heart rate down here. Inhaling and exhaling it all the way out. Thanking yourself for showing up for yourself today for 45 minutes of hard work. Bringing that heart rate down, trying to really just thank yourself. Sinking into your mat. Breathing through this, bringing that heart rate down. Calming down here. Taking a few more big inhale and exhales. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And on your next inhale, go ahead and send those hips forward into that tabletop position. We're gonna go ahead and plant those toes on our mat, inching our palms forward and sending those hips backwards into that downward facing dog. Pedaling out those legs here, really just thanking ourselves for everything we've done throughout this hard 45-minute workout. Pedaling out our legs here. And on your next inhale, go ahead into that three-legged dog, sending that right leg in the air and shifting that leg forward between your hands, dropping the opposite knee down, bringing that foot beside our opposite arm, coming down to that pigeon, stretching out our hamstrings here. Really feeling that in our legs. If you want to, just relaxedly close your eyes, bringing your head resting on your arms here. We're here, and we're gonna go ahead and shift our weight back into our palms, lifting that chest up, and shifting that leg back into that that downward dog. Pedaling out our legs here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and lift that left leg in the air and shifting it right through our arms, dropping that opposite knee, bringing that foot across your body and sinking down into that pigeon, feeling the hamstring stretch here. Breathing through it, in and out. Thanking yourself so much for showing up for yourself today. And remember, the cool down is super important to stretch out the muscles in the areas that we use today. On your next inhale, go ahead and shift your weight back into your palms, sending that leg back one more last time into that downward dog, pedaling them out here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and drop down to your knees and meeting me in a seated position. We're gonna go ahead and stretch our arms out. So bringing that left arm up and stretching it out here, stretching our biceps, our triceps, or most likely our triceps. If you wanna lean into it, feel free. Whatever feels good for you. Really just trying to stretch out all the muscles we used for class today. Go ahead and relax, bringing that arm back down and stretching the other arm out. Breathing through this, lowering our heart rates back down. And go ahead and relax, bringing that arm back down. We're gonna go ahead and extend the arm up, not pulling out our joint, really trying to stretch out the last parts of our muscles we use for our arms today. And go ahead and switch it over to the other side. And on your next inhale, go ahead and drop that arm down. Now I gently invite you to relax your hands on your knees. We're gonna go ahead and end class today on a good positive note. So go ahead and close those eyes, dropping those shoulders down. Breathing here. Just setting yourself back into that groove, going out into the world on a clean mind slate. You guys worked so hard today. Taking one more big inhale through your nose and exhaling it all out through your mouth. Go ahead and open your eyes gently, and big inhale up at the top here, and clapping it all the way down because you worked so hard today. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for coming to class today, putting your best effort in. I hope to see you guys back next time. You guys, this was Pilates from 4:30 to 5:15. My name is Rebecca, and have a great, safe evening. Thank you.